Hello, my loves. Welcome to my channel. I'm Chrissy the Medium, and today I wanted to do a reading on Sebastian Rogers. Now, if you haven't watched my part 1 video, go check it out before watching this video, because that video is going to be my raw reaction, the raw psychic impressions for Sebastian Rogers. After I did that reading, I read the article, and I did not realize how much drama is attached to this case. I mean, you can go down a rabbit hole, and once you go down, you cannot get out. And I felt like I was being pulled in so many directions. I can see how things can be persuaded in a certain way, or you can get confused about what's going on. It's a lot. I can see that. And I am so glad that I did not see any of that. I didn't read any articles. Nothing when I did my first video. And that's going to be the most accurate on my end when it comes to do readings, because I did not know anything about the drama that's going on or anything revolving around this case. Now, the second time around is a little different because I did, read the articles. I saw the posts. I see what people are saying. I see there's a lot going on. And this time around, I have that information. So it's a little different. I still meditated and I still thought about Sebastian. I was thinking about him over the weekend. And I pulled some stuff and I wrote some things down. Okay. But if you haven't watched the first one, go check that out first and then come back to this one. Now, remember, I do these readings to bring awareness to the case, to bring, somebody might watch this and it might help some way, somehow. Okay. And before I get started with what I wrote down here, this is all alleged. Okay. These are just my psychic readings, my impressions. They're not facts. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, and please do your own research, okay? So with Sebastian, in this case, when I did my second round of meditation for him this weekend, I still picked up that there is this male energy that's mostly connected to his case, okay? So I do feel like a male is more responsible for what happened to Sebastian. Okay. And I got the number 48 for Sebastian. And I don't know if they were trying to tell me, at first I got 48. So that's the first thing I wrote down. And I'm like, are you talking about the age? Is this about somebody who's in their 40s? Because when it comes with me, when it comes to numbers with names, it's mostly about what does it start with, right? They'll give me a name and it's always the first letter that's significant, not so much the name. I don't know why. I've had happen very few times where I've actually nailed it with the name. But that has been rare for me so far. But I do get a name and, it's usually the first letter. But I got here 48 and I wrote it down. So I'm thinking, okay, this is somebody who's in their 40s. They're talking about somebody who's in their 40s, okay? And if it's not that, then it might have to do with the location as well. But that we're going to leave to the very end, okay? First, I want to talk about what I felt, because this was different. The way I meditated this time was actually different than I meditated last time. This time I actually got a scarf and I put the scarf and I tied it around me, right? And I meditated that way instead, because when it comes to visual stuff, I'm a very visual person. And so to me, when I close my eyes, I like it all dark so that it makes it easier for me to see things. And so that's what I did this time around. Last time around, I just kind of closed my eyes. The room was a little dark and I meditated that way. But this time I actually put a scarf around, and I was trying to go into like a deep trance meditation, which I did. And I started feeling very nauseous and very disoriented. And I was brought, like, I saw a vision of Sebastian, and I was brought into this place where he was in his room. It seemed like he was playing with something. I don't know if he still, I'm sure he does, probably plays with toys and stuff. But that's what it seemed like. He was playing with toys. But the thing I was focusing more, not so much him playing playing with his toys, it was what was happening outside of his room. Because it felt like the door was like cracked open a little bit, and I can see like a male like going back and forth. It almost feels like somebody was like panicking, in panic mode. And if you go back to my first video, I did pick that up. I picked up somebody feeling panic, somebody feeling paranoid, right? Like it was that feeling of like, in my first one, it was that feeling of like, they're going to take Sebastian away from me, right? They're going to take him away. Something's going to happen. I'm paranoid, blah, 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 blah. Like that's the kind of feeling I got. And this time around, I actually got to visually see that. Saw him in the room, and then I can see like, and to me, it was a male who was like, it looked like it was going back and forth. And Sebastian made me feel like, even though, he's autistic, right? And he probably can't express himself the way a normal, right? A normal child his age would, but he still makes me feel like he was very, very, very aware of what was going on. Like, he might not say it, but he was very aware of what was going on. He knew something was wrong. It was like his own intuition was telling him like, something's not right, because I see him like focusing on his toys, but at the same time I feel like he's like more focused on what's going on outside. So there was a man, that's what I see. So I don't know what happened around that time, or why was that male kind of like paranoid and panicking, going back and forth. And I felt like the woman in the first one was feeling like that too. So I have a feeling that that's connected to the same day around the same time. So that's the first thing I saw, 48, and then I saw that vision. And then it made me think, because I was feeling so disoriented, I was feeling nauseous and disoriented, and then I pulled some cards. It made me think, he makes, how do I explain it? He makes me feel like, my question would be, were they giving him something to make him go to sleep sometimes? I don't know if this is true or not, right? This is just me just like kind of like speculating because of how it made me feel. It made me feel like they were giving him something to kind of like calm him down. Almost like, I can't handle him. He's too much. Let me give him something, and that's going to calm him down. That's going to make him sleepy. Maybe he'll fall asleep. It just makes it easier for me to take care of him in the moment. That's kind of makes me feel like, oh yeah, like they were giving me something. And after I felt that feeling, I also got this feeling of, obviously I'm paranoid, right? Paranoid and panicking, but I'm also feeling like what I did to Sebastian was kind of like revenge. I get this feeling of like revenge, like it almost like, if I can't have him, you can't. Okay? And that was also it was a feeling I associated also with the first time around. That came along with that whole panicking. It's like, you can't have him, then nobody can have him. Okay? And so it makes me wonder, like, were they benefiting from Sebastian? Were they receiving any, I don't know if this is true, but were they receiving any like financial help for Sebastian? And let's say if he's no longer in his care, they're not going to be able to get that anymore. Okay, maybe they were using that to help them, financially, and that was just like a benefit to having Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that I feel like it's going through their minds, okay? But I'm also feeling that feeling of like, it's crazy because, and I didn't really emphasize this on the first time around, but I did write it down on a piece of paper for my first meditation. But I did feel like that feeling of like, no, like you can't take Sebastian away from us, okay? Which is why it makes me lean, this is my opinion, it makes me lean towards, somebody who's taking care of Sebastian, because why would they feel like Sebastian is being taken away from them? Okay. I'm also getting this feeling of like, if they do take him away, then they're going to talk to him and he might say something, or he might in some way indicate that there was some kind of abuse allegedly, and that's going to all be exposed. So that's partly also what I'm feeling about like the whole like revenge and kind of like keeping secrets, right? Like, no, if Sebastian goes away and they take him away, then Sebastian's gonna eventually say something or indicate something that there was some type of abuse that was going on in the house. Okay, because I do feel like that was happening. My opinion again. Yeah. And that's another reason why, like, oh no, 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 no. Like, we can't let that happen. So we have to do something about this. So I don't know why they were panicking with okay. I was reading some of the drama, right? But I don't know every detail. Okay. I didn't go that deep in. Like I was trying to, but then I just got a headache and I'm just like, I have to remember, I mean, I knew about this case since like 5-6 months ago, but I did not like, I wasn't into it at all. Like I was not reading on it. I was not like, I saw his face. I recognized the case, but I knew nothing about it. So I have to catch up all of these months. Like, what has been said? What has the public been saying about this person and this person? And it's just so much that I can't keep up. Like, literally, I was spending my weekend like trying to catch up with what people are saying and see if it kind of matches with what I'm picking up. And it's just too much. It's just too much. So I'm not sure. And maybe somebody can help me out there. Does anybody know if the day that he went missing or the day before he went missing, was there mention of anything about him being taken away? I think I read that somewhere, but I am not sure. So if you know, write it down or try to contact me, message me or write it down, or I'll message you, because I need somebody to help me understand what is going on, okay? Because to me, it's like, why the rush? Why the rush? Why this panicking feeling? Like, I'm just like, I'm paranoid. Why? Also, as I was pulling some cards, before I get to the whole location thing, before I pulled some cards, I was also feeling like, trust me, I know it's frustrating. Okay, I've been wrapped up around cases for almost a decade. So I know, trust me, it's frustrating when you don't hear anything from the police. You don't hear anything from authorities. They haven't said anything. It just seems like they're just ignoring it. They're not doing anything. They don't care. Yes, it does feel like that. But trust me, I know. Trust me. They know more than what they're saying. They have way more information than what is out there. The reason why you don't know is because if you do, it can affect how the outcome is. The goal of authorities is to put the person responsible for his disappearance in jail. Justice. That is their mission. And in order for that to happen, they have to have everything. They have to have enough evidence. They have to have everything so that when they do go to the judge with the person, the judge is like, guilty. And they did their job. But if they go way too early and they don't have enough evidence, the judge might say, you didn't do your job enough. So they might be free. And we do not want that. Okay. And they do not want that either. So I know it doesn't seem like they don't have anything. They don't care. They're not saying anything. It's been many, many months now. What's going on? They have more than what you think. They know more than what you think. Trust, okay? Trust, trust, trust. And I am seeing it here in the cards. I do believe one day, I'm hoping that it's sometime soon, that they do bring justice to this case. Okay, but I am seeing that they know way more than what they're saying. Be patient. They will do their job, okay? They just got to make sure they got everything in check so that when the time comes, there is nothing. They will be guilty, okay? So, okay, so that is what I was picking up. Okay, that's what I got. Like everything that I picked up, my visions. Now I wanted to focus on the location. I wanted to see if I can pull out more on the location. When I asked the location, they brought me back to 48. And I'm like, okay, is 48 the age? Or is 48 has something to do with the location? Or is it both? Are you trying to tell me it's both? Like, is that is a possibility. It could be both. And so I think that 48 has something to do with the location as well. So I'm going to look into highways that have the number 4, right? The number 4 for the highway. So it could be anywhere between 40 to 50. 40 to 49, right? So I have to look at the map and see if there's any highways that start with the 4 that are nearby, or, you know, somewhere that's not too far away from them, okay? Because to me, this feels like a place they vacationed at. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I've been there before. I vacationed here before. Or it's not too far from where he is. And I also got the letter S. This is why it's so hard. When it comes to location, when it comes to like names, letters, numbers. I got the S, but I know that Sebastian starts with the letter S, so I don't know if it's because his name. I don't think so. I'm picking up the letter S, so I'm gonna stick with that, okay? And I'm seeing the letter S. So is there a location that's by him, like a camping site, camping ground, anything that maybe starts with the letter S, that has a highway that's 40, that it's not crazy far away? And I also I saw the name like Old Ridge or Old Bridge or something along those lines. I don't know if they're trying to just tell me just the letter O, and they're just not saying, no, we're showing this word because the letter O is the one that's important. Or is there a street name that has the letter O nearby? Like, or, like I said, it's along the way to where he is, or it's nearby where he is, but I'm seeing like Old Ridge, Old Bridge, or something. It kind of looks like that in my vision. So I'm gonna write that down. But that is what I am picking up, guys. Like I said, he feels like he's in a place that's like, I've vacationed there before. I've been there before. I visited this place before. It just seems like that to me. I don't know if it's in the mountains. I got mountains in the first one. So can you see mountains from that location? Maybe it's on a mountain. I don't know. I have to check the look in the map to see any locations that kind of, fits into what I'm saying. But that is what I'm getting, guys. And thank you for watching. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.